Today, I'm gonna give y'all some of that spiritual voltage that you signed up for. I got a message for the chosen. I got a message for the chosen. And I hope this message permeates through your minds, through your hearts, and through your souls. Stop having empathy for the wrong people. Now, I find this video more than necessary because God's elected, God's chosen. God's people are highly empathetic. There's a terminology that we go by called empath. An empath is an individual who can generate energy based on their atmosphere. An empath is an individual who has a heightened sense of the spiritual realm, and they often feed off of others' emotions. Certain people's issues become their issues because they can actually feel pain. They can feel stress. They can feel anxiety. They can feel depression. Why? Because they are that in tune spiritually where they can feel other individuals' emotions. I mean, some people have it to the extent of you can walk into a room and you can feel the spirit of the room. You can feel the vibrations and the energy and the frequency of that room. And other people's emotions and feelings then become your emotions and feelings. And then you got people who are out there who go through great lengths to help individuals because of this. And ultimately what they end up doing is enabling certain individuals. They end up enabling them. They end up coddling them and actually keeping those individuals in their same behavioral patterns instead of holding people accountable and holding people to the torch. And you know, in this particular video, you're gonna learn that you absolutely have to stop being empathetic of the wrong people. Now, I'm gonna give you some discernment here. I'm gonna give you some real wisdom, and I want you to incline your ears because you need to know the difference between an individual that you're enabling and an individual that you're blessing, that you're helping move forward. Someone who is actually gradually changing. Because sometimes change don't happen overnight. Sometimes it takes people longer than others. And you got to know the difference between someone who is reprobated in their mindset, someone who is pretty much made their decision that they're going to follow the ways of this world and be wicked and be evil, but they want to continually throw stones and hide their hands and blame the world for all of their problems in life. You know, accountability is a real huge issue in the Black community. It's paramount to why we're in the situation we are in. It's the lack of accountability. When you look at the narrative of the Holy Bible and you look at some of the revelations that have been revealed in today's society and today's culture, you will see just how much accountability was a big deal. I mean, everything from Adam blaming the woman in the garden instead of taking a leadership position and blaming himself. Everything from the children of Israel being delivered from Egypt, walking through dry shod as the Red Sea was split, turning around and blaming the same God who took us out of captivity. Although we were warned, if we didn't honor God's laws, statutes, and commandments, that all these curses will overtake thee, written of in Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter. And now we are living out the curses. But nobody wants to say, hey, maybe we need to follow God's laws. Maybe we need to go back to the truth. Maybe we need to visit whence we fell and take responsibility instead of blaming white supremacy, instead of blaming racism, economic oppression, systematic psychological brainwashing. I mean, look, all of these things are relevant, and all of these things are very real. But ultimately, we would not be in this situation if we honor our God. Our God put us in such a high position of power when we were serving him, nobody could touch us. So the Most High God is all about accountability. He is all about accountability. So as God's people, we must be all about accountability, because there's often people in your life that you are really empathetic towards who has had ample opportunity. I'm talking about ample opportunity to turn from thy wicked ways. But they chose the ways of the world. They chose materialism. They chose vanity. They chose deception. They chose lies. They chose the ways of this world. And they have to live with those decisions. Now, let's draw some lines here. One thing that I've noticed, just being able to minister to various brothers and sisters here on social media and being able to speak to people firsthand, whether it be call-in sessions or it be emails, Instagram, so on and so forth. I noticed that a lot of people have a story, and often their story, there's a lot of negativity that the world has done to them. Often in their story, they lack one thing that I notice, and it always stands out to me like a sore thumb. They lack accountability. Yes, in life, we are placed in certain situations. Sometimes it's to chastise us and try us through gold, being tried through a furnace, and change us and mold us and shape us the way the Most High would have us be. And sometimes we all out put ourselves in situations and we ignore it. And there's a pattern that continues to go. And often as God's people, we have a great deal of empathy for those individuals. Although they haven't even looked at themselves from the outside looking in and say, hey, you know, maybe I shouldn't have done this, or maybe I shouldn't have done that. They haven't came to that recollection. I mean, listen, are you an enabler? Are you an enabler? Are you an empath? Are you an enabler? Are you enabling those individuals to continue in the same behavioral patterns? Or have you started holding people accountable? Somebody said, all Nubreed is a black woman. I don't always agree with everything you say, but I keep coming back to listen. Well, you know why you coming back to listen? Because I'm saying something right. I'm saying something that makes a lot of sense. And I'm glad you preference that particular comment as being as a black woman. Because often other black women, they are each other's worst enablers. They are each other's worst enemies. And I'm gonna say this. Ladies, let's make this clear. If you are having issues in your relationships and you are seeking advice from an individual who does not have success in relationships because they are for the streets, you got to understand that misery loves company. That individual cannot give you the proper advice, because 9 times out of 10, the advice you need is something in regards to how you conduct yourself, because from the beginning, you were the gatekeeper. You were the one who let that man in your life. If they for the streets and they don't have any longevity or any prosperity within a relationship, they are not apt to give you any information at all. You don't go ask a mechanic how to do carpentry. You don't go ask an electrician how to do plumbing. You go ask the individual who has success in that avenue, because only a person with success in that walk can tell you exactly what you are doing wrong, what it is that you may need to change about yourself, or is it that man is completely off? See, listen, Going back to accountability, you living in a world where a woman can have a baby outside the covenant and bond of the relationship she's in. And because that man was ignorant to this, he could put his name on a birth certificate at a hospital. He could put his name on that birth certificate, then be placed on child support. And then years down the line, you can find out that that baby was never his. The baby's not his. And that man will be forced to still pay child support for a child that does not belong to him. That's the type of society you living in. That you can actually go into a quote-unquote court of law, and the judges and the jury will have empathy. They will have compassion and sympathy for that woman who don't even know who the father of her child is. Now you see how dangerous empathy is when there's a few choice words that I will call a woman like that. Because a woman who is taking accountability would say, okay, you know, hey, the cat's out the bag, the jig is up. Hey, I don't want to ruin this man's life. I want to take accountability for my actions, and I want to take this man off of child support. I want to do whatever I got to do, go through the legalities, go through the paperwork. I don't want this man in that situation because he doesn't deserve that. But women won't do that. So when we're talking about empathy and compassion, this society have venerated the mother goddess and given her so much empathy and compassion that now you got a damn society that's upside down and inside out. That's why it's very dangerous to be feeling sorry for every damn body. Because a person never going to tell you the full story. Listen, there's 3 sides to a story. I hate to sound cliche when I tell you this, but it's 3 sides to a story. Your homegirl on the phone ranting, your homeboy on the phone ranting about what's going on in their relationship. Guess what? It's his side, her side, and then the damn truth. His side, her side, and the truth. Nobody can never see what they're doing wrong in situations. And that's why it's a red flag when somebody is coming to you about their relationship and they're demonizing the other person. And you sitting there, oh, for real, girl? He did what to you? Oh, what happened? Oh, or that man is venting to a homeboy. Oh, for real, bro? Oh, man, these bras ain't ish. Oh, man, for real? Listen, it's 3 sides to the story. And you gotta be careful. Because if you can ask a person, yo, what did you do wrong in that situation? And they can't handle it. I've had people could not handle me being abrupt, me being direct and straightforward and be like, hey, what did you do to get in that situation you in? Do you see what you did to place yourself in that environment? What were your faults? What did you do wrong? You got to be very wary of somebody who tells stories very one-sided. If the story is one-sided, you should not have any empathy towards them. Because that person right there does not accept the fact that either the Most High God is working in their life to perfect them, or B, they have faults and they're doing things that they ought not do. And it's causing a chain reaction in their life. A lot of people won't address that. What I'm telling you is there's some people that there's no hope for. There's some people who done made decisions in their life and it ain't no turning back. It ain't no turning back. You got individuals out there who got the devil in their veins, bruh. The devil is in their veins. The devil is in their heart and in their spirit. And for a lot of people, it ain't no turning back. They done made that decision. And it ain't no telling what they gonna do. Instead of feeling sorry for everybody, you need to be worried about yourself. You need to be worried about your safety and your security living in these last days. Living in the new world order. Living in a society where mental health is the real pandemic. Where people are losing their everlasting minds because Satan is radiating these frequencies into the airwaves. People are losing their mind left and right. I'm seeing it. And I'm not empathetic towards those people who are losing their mind. I'm not. Anybody out here going crazy, you ain't supposed to be empathetic to nobody going crazy. You know why? Because if they was following the word of God, with all the ample opportunity, with all the times where the Most High came to them personally, they ignored it. They ignored the voice of reason time and time again. And you want us, God's chosen people, to be feeling sorry for people who done lost their damn marbles. Well, you should have followed the Lord. The Most High God said in this day and age that if you love mother, father, sister, brother, friend, colleague, whoever, more than me, you are not worthy of me. And I'd much rather serve the Almighty who gives me my blessings in my life than be worried about people who want to continue living in sin, who want to continue sowing discord, who want to continue being vile and wicked, who want to continue being unrepentant. I ain't got nothing to do with them people. My God got us because you know why? We honor his laws. Either you can look at us and get like us or go to hell. And see, I'm going to tell y'all something. There's a lot of energy vampires out there. There's a lot of human leeches out there. You brothers got to know not to feed them your energy. You cannot, listen, let me tell y'all something. We in them times where the Most High God ain't playing games with us. He is looking at how disciplined the righteous are as well. Listen, you got to stop letting people pull at your heartstrings because you're living in no man's land now. You living on dangerous grounds. You living in a time, if you stoop to anybody's level and let the devil in on any levels of your life, and you're going to have people trying to attack the chosen. You're going to have people trying to attack those who are doing right in life. You can expect it, y'all. If you don't have no enemies, if you don't have no people who are against you, then listen, you need to question your walk. If you don't have individuals coming after you for the truth's sake, for Christ's name's sake, you need to question your walk. Because I'm telling you now, what lets the devil in is giving them attention. Let me tell you something. A lot of people are very manipulative around you. Just because people don't come at you with a pitchfork and horns coming out their head, they may come to you with tears. They may come to you with smiles. They may come to you with a sob story. They may come to you with you know, just basically some type of image where you perceive them to be nice people. But ladies and gentlemen, you got to be cautious out here. The goal is not to let the devil in. Misery loves company. Misery loves company. And you want to know how to destroy your enemies? You destroy them with success. You destroy them with success. Now, what do I mean by success? When I say success, I'm not talking about anything vain or materialistic. I mean, success is you are constantly growing, developing. You are constantly on that uphill spiritual battle. You are constantly serving your God. You are constantly keeping his commandments. You are constantly trying to be a better person. You are constantly being more transparent day in and day out. And you running so damn fast with your walk that everybody else is getting left in the rear view. That everybody else is getting left in the rear view. Once the Most High wake you up, you got to hit the ground running. And a lot of y'all ain't got time to be dealing with people with mental issues. A lot of y'all ain't got time. Y'all ain't got the time of day to be dealing with people's problems, because you know what? You got your own problems. You got your own issues in life. You're going through your own problems. And there's nothing selfish about that, all you empathetic souls, all you kind-hearted people. There's nothing wrong with going to neutral. It's important to go to neutral sometimes. It's important to rise above and ignore the naysayers. Ignore it. What the Bible tells us: hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil. And once a case has been dealt with, once you can discern the matter of a situation, you move forward. Don't let people keep on tossing you to and fro and pulling you into nonsense, especially all you brothers and sisters who are leaders in your community. You chosen people who have been called out by the Almighty in your family to be a leader, because if you was chosen, you were chosen to lead. Lead by example at that. All you brothers and sisters that was chosen to lead, listen. You need to know that a lion is not concerned with the opinions of sheep. A lion is never concerned with the opinions of sheep. Never. Because you know what? When it comes to people are going to think whatever they want to think about you, regardless of what's true and what's false. Because guess what? People want to hate those who are chosen. Satan's army is being triggered. People want to hate those who are doing God's work. People want to go against those who are righteous. You can expect it. You can expect it. And so, you know, don't let people pull on your heartstrings. Don't let people cry you a river. Don't always be the shoulder that people lean on if you don't see change going on in their life. If you don't see them making steps towards righteousness.